Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here. How are you doing? Well, I hope you fully recovered from Wednesday's What's Map. I know it's Friday now, but if you missed Wednesday, boy did that show blow up in the comments. If you've not seen the show, it's a really good map and you do want to go and check it out because it's not available on the workshop anymore. Oh my word. Right, anyway, we'll move on. It's Friday, it's request day, and today I turn to my BonBon buddies over on Patreon and say, vote me in a map. And they have given me this to work with today, and I get to use this.
It's my first map.
It's my first map. And it is their first map, actually. It's Oslo, Norway by FunEye. It's been taken, obviously, from a terrain party, I would suggest. If not, it's a really nicely hand-drawn, terraformed bit of work there. Then we have, there's your start square. This is pretty nice. And then if we have a look at the resources, it seems to be drawn out for the vanilla player, although I think probably the ore and the oil are a little bit too far out from the centre 25 tiles to be used as vanilla. Onto the workshop. Mass Transit DLC is highlighted as being required, and then there's a few bits on the right there, a few trees, unlimited tree mod, realistic LUT, and Daylight Classic, but not too stressful on the system, I would suggest. Now, if you like Ikanya's work and his magic tunnels, then you are going to love today's show, because apparently Oslo has a lot of tunnels. Once again, not checked. There's our first intersection. It's tapered into the ground. We come down here, we can see, yeah, it's pretty low down there, but I think you can get under there all right. However, you can see it's too low, and we've got a street light. Well, not just clipping through, it's almost high enough to be a street light for that bit of road. But yeah, it looks pretty damned fine. Over here we've got these two tunnels that come out to a little start location over here. It's not the start square, but enables you to get access to that bit of headland there. And we could go straight on. That would be the logical route. But you know me, logic. Well, I want to go this way mainly for this reason. The tunnel isn't quite deep enough at this location, and you can see it sort of like nudging through to the ground. But if we go underground, we see where this tunnel goes, down in under here and around here, and it emerges over here. Once again, a little bit jinky-janky on before we enter the terrain again, but it's not too bad. The road, it's a little bit glitching on each side there, but no major problems with it. It's all right. It's okay, especially for a first road. Little bit possibly jinky-janky there as well, but yeah. Down to our second set of tunnels. I'm assuming there are loads of tunnels around Norway. Well, I know there's going to be a few because of the mountains when you go in and up a little bit. I know not so many in the Oslo region. And then over that perfect bridge. Those a little bit jinky-janky again. Not too bad. I mean, it's only because I'm looking at these every single day I notice these things. Mostly, I think most people would let them go. So, where's that tunnel going? Over there? I would say so. And then comes out here over the river. Rail over road, and that's fine. That's nicely done. We'll have a look at the rail in a minute, I guess. And then down to this intersection, this busy looking thing. This is nice. This is very nice. All the levels are really good. Looks like it's going to handle an awful large amount of traffic as well. Do like the large overpass as well that goes off that direction, which goes off to the fog. And then if we go this way, it comes down to a dead end, which enables you once again to access this full area as well. Right, where's this tunnel going? Over here. Now let me just show you the underground on this as well, because this is nice. Underground work is not easy, if I'm honest with you. It's very hard to work out what level that you're at when you're building tunnels. And so to get them looking smooth and sleek like this is pretty neat. pretty neat indeed. And once you've seen the underground, you see where the traffic's coming to and going to. That's pretty smart. Like it. Very nice work. Not quite sure why these guys are going around the roundabout over there. Must be the only route. Must be the only route. Maybe it's not the most effective intersection after all. Who knows? If we pull up here, we can have a look at this. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. Oh, sorry, just hit my hand on the desk there. Yes, so interesting that I had to slap my hand on the desk. My knuckle is now bleeding. Oh, it's not bleeding. Don't worry, it's not bleeding. It's not. It's just raw from where I clobbered it. Up here to this now. Here, this is nice and interesting. Again, once again, we've got the got a roundabout with a tunnel running underneath it. But this little tunnel here. Now, if you go into that, that might be the last time you see daylight for some considerable time. Comes out all the way up there. I don't know if you can make that out, can you? Or you soon will. We're going to have a follow. Okay, here we go. Going underground. There's a song like that, isn't it? Oh, there's loads of songs like that. And I'm not singing. No. Down here, and you can emerge over here into onto the highway over that way, but we're not going to go that. Is that glitchy? No, the traffic seems to be running through it. That little guy's going through it fine. So that's okay. That's just that's a game glitch. That's fine. We'll let that go. And then over here, staying underground, we're coming up towards what would be the start square location. There, we can exit here if we really want to. It seems okay-ish. Might be a bit steep coming out, but maybe not. And then over here, this is your start square now, but we're going to drive straight past it, and we're staying underground as we loop around here, and then we exit and come out to ground level here. And that is quite a long chunk. See, that's where we started all the way over here. That's a long way to be driving underground. I'm sure it's legit. I've not got time to check it, but I'm sure it's legit. Let's come in this way instead. Let's come in this way because we want to get to that start square, don't we? This is another... Oh, a tunnel. Who knew there were tunnels on this map? And then it emerges over here, and then it gets all over here and stuff like that. Okay, let's have a look at the start square. That emerges. That's how you emerge. You actually emerge from a tunnel. You have to drive underground to get to the start square. I quite like it. I really quite like it. It's hiding your traffic jams under tunnel. Why in a tunnel? Why not? Indeed. The rail. The rail is raily. Oh no. The rail is going through a tunnel here. And where is it? Where's it coming out? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Down here. Down the slope in the tunnel. Okay. Hiding the slopes in the tunnel. That's an Icania job, isn't it? If we follow it along. Oh, we've got some trees. We need to get the old workman along to cut that branch off, or move the tree back about 3 nodes, maybe. Stays fairly level along here. Obviously, it's not perfectly flat. It's within the realms of the game. We have to suspend a bit of disbelief for the game to allow these things, because it's not quite to scale. Even though we know it's to scale, but it's not to scale. You know. Do you know? Do you know? Is it really 18 kilometers across this map? I doubt it. So we're going up the hill into that tunnel, and then if we come around to the other tunnel over here, we're coming down the hill, out of the tunnel. So yeah, just I would say as a first map, it's not bad work. Okay, we're not looking at the higher echelons of creators here, but we are looking at somebody who's had a damned good go, and I respect that. I really do respect it, and I think the next map that comes along from Fun Eye has got a lot of potential, you know, as we all learn from our own work. Anyway, let's have a look at something. Yeah, let's have a look at something. This thing over here. My goodness. Now, I apologise. Cinematic camera. I did have this aligned properly at the building, and then it kind of does this, and I don't know why. Abandoned Lot V5, version 5, 2x2 by Pepperoni Pizza. Pepperoni has done a range of these abandoned lots Rubbles and stuff like that, and some of them have a full list of assets and some don't. I've chosen this one because it has the full list of assets and it was just easy for me, easy peasy. Very, very well done. I love that. I love that work. Abandoned Lot V5 2x2 by Pepperoni Pizza. That is today's Rubble of the day. The Rubble. And so on to the theme and LUT review. This week we're still looking at Celtic Coast by Mr. Miyagi with the Rain Day LUT. And we're doing factoids because I know how much you enjoy a factoid. Lewis Carroll, the author, you know him. You do, I know you do. Anyway, he wrote his books while standing up. Obviously didn't earn enough money to buy a chair during his lifetime. The Great European Cathedrals. This is a Cities Skylines centric one, isn't it? The European cathedrals were so solidly constructed that there is sometimes as much stone below ground as there is above it. And we'll finish with another construction one. Because steel expands when it gets hot, the Eiffel Tower is about 6 inches taller in the summer than it is in the winter. Well, 6 inches doesn't sound like an awful lot, but ladies, no, let's move on with that one. Put my little book down until tomorrow, where we'll do some more factoids with the last of the Celtic Coast cinematics. Back to Oslo, Norway by Fun Eye, and we'll have a look at the shipping route. And we do have shipping routes, and it goes into all the nooks and crannies, which basically, I think, in the city like Oslo, we're going to want that. It's a definitely coastal port type location. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Water flow here. And if you look over there, there's a source over there. And then there's water flow here. So basically there is water flow around. But then there are areas where it gets down to very low flow, like down here. Not much going on there. And if we come over to, say, here and have a look in here, can barely see any motion at all. So check for motion in the ocean before you put down your outflows, because you might be causing yourself a few problems. Maybe. But I'm sure you'll find a way around it. We do have rivers, and the rivers are flowing. They're not heavy, they're not very wide, not very strong, but there is motion, so you could probably do something with those. Like down here, you can see how shallow it can get up here as well. Right, is that done for the water, I think. Having a look at the terrain, I guess, now. And it's not bad. There's quite a few trees, well, I say quite a few, there's a number of trees to subscribe to on the workshop, but yet I get a real feel for this map being vanilla. I don't know about you, but it just has a real vanilla kind of vibe to it. It's kind of nice in a way. I mean, if you imagine Colossal Order's original maps, if they'd looked like this, would we have need for all the excellent maps that have come along? I think the success of the map building has been because Colossal Order's maps were so awful to start off with. But yes, we've got some nice lakes to work with around here, which are hiding the water sources, like this one up here in the hills. As pretty as it is. I think I don't remember if there was a theme for this one. Realistic LUTs, but yeah, I don't remember there being a theme. I think if we switch this one to a nicer theme, this map would look pretty glorious. And like I say, the terrain needs a little bit of work, a little bit of tidying, but the terrain isn't that bad at all. I think we can get on and mark this. Right, aesthetically, it does need a new theme and LUT, but the overall aesthetics of the map is not bad. It's not an ugly map. I think we'll give this a slap bang middle 3. Not a high or a low, but a middle 3. Detailing isn't bad. It's not great. It's not bad. It's hard. I can't think of a reason to mark it down to a 2. There's not enough issues with it to be a 2. I'm going to give it a 3, but once again, it's an uninspired 3. Gameplay potential, on the other hand, this could be an interesting one. I think there's definitely plenty of interesting things you can do with the map. The water flow might be a problem, and tracking the traffic in those tunnels may be a major issue. I'm going to give it 3 stars. I'd love to give it more, but I'm only going to settle for 3. So 3, 3 and 3, Oslo, Norway by Fun Eye. That is not bad for a first map. Anyway, thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Don't forget to join me tomorrow for the final one of this week's series of What Map and our quirky asset of the day tomorrow. And there's a full map list over on Patreon if you want to go and check that out. And then Monday we've got Skylines Talk, the final one of the mini-series with Ivania, and you really don't want to miss that. She is an absolute star. So anyway, thanks, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day, guys. Have a great day.